Monsters in the gelatin! You are now going off with rap critic and Muse. Muse, how you ding dang doing?
I'm just over here tiptoeing in my Jowdins. How about
Stop
you?
it! No! Don't bring his relevance back! Don't you do that! Don't you bring that bad juju on this fucking world!
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay, how am I doing? What am I doing? I can't wait to blow up so I can act like I don't know nobody.
Okay,
that's literally the only two things I know about that fucking guy.
Yes!
And I think he did a movie at some point. That's all I know. I'm getting it confused with the movie Spring Breakers, where James Franco looked like Riff Raff.
Yes, it was based off of him, and he got mad about that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I know exactly three things about Riff Raff, and that is it.
I think the guy was called Alien or something like that.
Oh.
What was it? Now that we're fucking talking about it. No, because I do remember that being like, I hate this guy. I hate his entire existence. And then seeing that one clip of, so I can act like I don't know anybody. I was like, oh, god damn it.
It's like, okay, this guy's kind of funny. I hate that. It's making me laugh.
Never did. I'll maybe follow him on Instagram, but I am not looking his name up on Spotify.
We went to MagFest with The Obscure. We were at I think it might have been Common Market in Charlotte. I'm dropping some fucking local shit. 5 people are gonna know what I'm talking about. But anyway.
For the North Carolinians out there.
Yeah! It was a coffee shop nearby that, and fuck, I forget the name of it. But anyway. Smelly Cat, that was it. And there was a tour poster in the window for upcoming Riff Raff concert dates.
Oh, Lord.
And I remember Anthony and I had a good laugh over that shit. I just thought it was... Because it's like a fucking... Like, and I'm just saying this because, like, it's typical what people think of, like, hipster coffee shop,
for sure, right.
With a Riff Raff poster in the window. Like, you couldn't not laugh at the irony.
Right. This is supposed to be an artisan roasted,
With the fucking lo-fi beats going on.
Right.
And you just look in the window and you see that fucking grill staring back at you. It's like...
That shark grill. We should literally title this, like, this segment, the rapper that shall not be named.
Oh yeah, because I don't even want to give him search engine optimization.
Right.
If anyone out there happens to be Googling Riff Raff in 2021, let this be the only search result. This episode where we're talking about how great it is that he's not a thing anymore.
As a matter of fact, let's actually talk about the character Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show, just to fuck up the
Oh, there you go.
Hey, remember that character? He was weird. I think he was actually played by the dude who wrote the music for that movie. So, hey, look at that.
Oh, fuck was it?
Yeah, because I remember, like, at the beginning, I think he's in the, there's a light, and at the Frankenstein. Yeah, and he kind of does the verse where he's like, I can't imitate it, but it, you know what I'm talking about. He has that, and I remember someone being like, oh yeah, when you hear the weird singing, that's the guy who made the music.
Oh shit, okay.
I originally wanted to talk about Reindeer games. Remember that little piece of 90s movie ephemera?
I've honestly never seen that. I know what you're talking about, though.
It is so one of those just like, thriller action movie, and there's a bit more going on than you expect because there's twists and turns. But it's just like, you guys just think having twists and turns in and of itself is like a good movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's so the late 90s over the top shit. Like, okay, so the scene that I was telling you about is a scene where Isaac Hayes, with his really hammy acting ass...
Isaac Hayes was in that film?
Yes, it's so random, and he's not in a big part of it. He's just in, like, one scene where it's just like, yeah, when you see, like, Isaac Hayes, like, oh, is he gonna have, like, what's the bigger implication for this character? Because to bring in Isaac Hayes, like, what? And it's like, no, it's just one scene. And it's a scene in the jail. They're eating, like, Jell-O or something like that, and he's eating, and he kind of, like, the gelatin, like, falls out of his mouth, and you see something, there's black in it, and he, like, picks it up, and he's like, and he sees, like, it's like a roach, and he's like, there are monsters in the gelatin! Monsters! In the gelatin!
You reminded me of the scene in Good Burger where they go to, like a mental hospital or something?
Oh, my lord.
and fucking George Clinton performs a song.
Oh, George!
It's like a whole musical number.
Yes!
And then the music video, Kel Mitchell raps in it? Like...
I don't remember that. Wait.
Hold on. I gotta find the fucking Kel Mitchell rap verse.
He was trying to get his career started off. That do you remember that other verse he did? It was on some sort of, what's that, 90s? You know, with Omarion and some other group, Immature, I think, or, you know, one of those.
Oh, yeah, the fucking folks that did the rounds on all that and whatnot.
Right, and there was one song where it was like a really long music video. It was about like, 5 minutes or something like that, and it just kind of like kept going, and it was like singing and stuff, and you saw like Kel in his Good Burger outfit, and just kind of like, I was like, oh, a fun cameo appearance, and then he just starts rapping, and you're like, what?
Immature featuring Smooth and Kel Mitchell, Watch Me Do My Thing.
That's what it was!
Yo, Batman and Romeo, give me the mic so I can flow. LTV, make it funky from here to Mexico.
Oh, he rapped, who are those mystery men?
We got our capes and boots, my troop and group, and get loose, turbo boost the scoop on these villains like,
He was trying to pop off his career, like, wow!
He tried to beat Keenan. I'm a pop off first, you just wait and see. And then you remember, oh, wait a sec. Who was the one who, like, could do all the impressions on all that? That was Keenan. Okay, cool. What did Kel do?
Kel had the energy, and he was
the pratfall guy, which...
Absolutely.
You can't really make... At least in the late 90s, early 2000s, you couldn't really make a career off, like, Buster Keaton ass fucking pratfalls and shit. Like, that's kind of not what's going on anymore.
People only want to see fat people fall in the 90s.
I'm sorry. I just saw that there was an episode of all of that from the new run. I guess they still do Good Burger, which is odd. And Kel Mitchell is still working there as Ed.
Oh, that's
and
sad.
Her comes in to order some food.
What?
Because they always gotta fucking work in the musicians
of course
into this skit. Like when fucking Naughty by Nature showed up to the library Lori Beth Denberg was working at. I understand that you are naughty and it is your nature to be so. Like, oh, alright.
Fucking baby SNL over here.
They fucking tried, man. And it worked to an extent.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Kel, like, he was repairman, that was the one. And again, it's the one where it's just like, there's no actual, like, joke other than he destroys the thing. And if you already know that's coming, there's really not a lot of places you can go.
I'm watching a video from the official All of That YouTube that's a chronology of his characters. He was Pizza Face in the Earboy skits, so he was like second fiddle in that one. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he was Oprah in that, where he had the gap in the teeth and everything. Him and Keenan as like the old men again. He's kind of like... I
remember that.
He's second fiddle there too, also. Repairman. Those are really the only staple characters. And Ed from Good Burger, but that's really it. Oh, that's right! There was a fucking Star Trek parody thing where he had a fucking afro and would, like, kind of, like, sing his delivery.
Captain, that was brilliant! Captain, that was brilliant!
That was later. That was, like... Well, I say later, but it was really only, like, 98, and I forget that it went on for so fucking long, but, like, that's when I kind of dipped.
Yeah, like, 95... When did the show start? You know what I mean? And
it was like 94, I think it was 94, 95.
Oh, see, you know, I like, stuff is a lot more condensed than I think it is, but it's also a lot more, I don't know how to say this without sounding weird. Like, I think I had talked before about how, like, I thought I played Pokemon for a really long time. Turns out I only played it, like, between 2000 and 2000 and maybe 2 or 3. I was like, what? I thought that game was my fucking life. Wait.
Yeah, it's fucking been on for 11 seasons and 206 episodes.
And there can only be so much, like, PG content that they have done and done over and over again. There's only so many punchlines you can get out of, oh, but it breaks. Repairman was the was the Fire Marshal Bill of the show, right? But at least with like Fire Marshal Bill, it would be a different instance of something happening in a different way. But with them, it was just like, I'm supposed to fix it, but instead I destroyed it. It's like, yes.
I broke it, or it fucking killed me, you know? Fire Marshal Bill and maybe Blank Man?
Blank Man?
Do you remember they fucking made a movie about Blank Man, by the way? Did we ever talk about Blank Man?
Okay, wait. I never saw Blank Man, but was that Damon Wayans?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm mistaken, because I know on In Living Color, Damon Wayans played a superhero, but wasn't he the handicap hero or something like that?
That's Blank Man, yeah.
Is that what they turned that into the movie? No fucking way!
Okay, see, here's the thing. In the series, he was, like, mentally disabled. And that was the joke. In the movie, they just made him, like, a super smart nerd.
Oh. So.
Who's, like, all of a sudden, instead of, I just fall off things sideways because I don't have the best dexterity I'm now, like, a master inventor, and I'm super smart, and I use my inventions to outwit It's like, okay... who exactly pitched this movie, first of all, and saw the skit on TV and went to the fucking the movie studio and was like, yo,
guys, I've got it.
Out of all the characters that everyone loves, the fucking guys on film, fuck that. Fire Marshal Bill, fuck that. Homie the Clown, fuck that.
Who needs it?
Who needs it? We're going straight to Blank Man. And then the studio is like, okay, look, we like this enough, but there's one really glaring thing that we can't do. And unfortunately, it's all of it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because...
Then what did you like?
Right.
What was there to approve in Greenlight?
You know what's the weird thing, though? I remember actually hearing that, like, disabled people, like, actually really enjoyed Handyman, but it's one of those things where it's just like, we don't get representation any fucking where else, so...
Oh my god, that's right, I forgot, he wasn't called Blank Man in the series, he was called Handyman, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. Which makes even less sense then. You changed the name, you changed all of it! What the fuck?
But it's Damon Wayans playing a superhero, you know?
Oh my god. We gotta do right by the folks. We gotta do right by Jenna, who requested Bossa Nova Hotel by Michael Sembello.
Bossa Nova Hotel.
I'm over here really trying to figure out the album cover. Have you seen it?
Oh, yes. I was like, I didn't know we were gonna have if we were gonna get to it. But I was just like, what? It was like, I noticed one thing, and then I noticed another thing, and then it's like, what's happening on this album cover?
So, what you've got here, I assume, is supposed to be the Bossa Nova Hotel, like, reception area by the look of it.
Presumably.
You've got two oiled up men looking upward at his name, Michael Sembello, at the top of the album. And one is wearing, like, a sumo bottom. I don't know what you'd call that.
Yeah.
The other one is wearing a big-ass chain around his neck, and they're both just standing there, looking up. Almost look like they're levitating. I can't tell if they are, if they're standing on a platform.
I think they are. I believe they are.
Okay.
Because their feet are like... And I thought it was a fucking towel that he had wrapped around him.
It's possible, but that's not even the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing is over on the right.
Right.
So here you've got a... obviously photoshopped in black and white photo of Michael Sembello.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the other guys, right?
No, the scaling is off. He's like smaller, and he's sitting there with, again, a photoshopped hat on his head, and he's holding a photoshopped comic book.
You know, he's just like, oh, hey, you know, you guys, you can do your, you know, staring up while half naked thing. I'm just, you know, I'm minding my business, you know.
I'm over here reading this Godzilla comic book.
Oh Lord!
I don't know what's up.
And then the actual desk itself looks like it was like someone just used like a roller and just blotched on like abstract clouds or something.
Yeah, on like a teal. I don't fucking know. I wish I wish the album was half as interesting as this album cover.
Oh, and then let's not forget the thing that I noticed last, the little guy on the horse. What?
Oh yeah, it looks like a statue.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
But is it?
Yeah.
Or is it an even smaller person on a tiny horse? What's happening?
Cowboys, just a cow, just a cow, just a cowboy from the good.
Okay, so here I'm just gonna get the obvious, the tiny horse in the room out of the way first. Everyone knows this motherfucker from Maniac and nothing else, right? Like, that's it.
Who's the other person who did 80s? Highway.
Kenny Loggins.
God damn it! I was fucking.
I knew it before you even started singing. I knew it was Kenny Loggins. Highway to the Danger Zone. Fucking, I'm alright. Nobody worry about me.
This whole time I was thinking that was him.
He had another one too. What was his other one? He did Danger Zone. Oh, Footloose.
Yes, and did he do Beverly Hills Cop? No.
Wait.
He did, because Axel F is that song. But,
yes, fucking Crazy Frog.
He did an Eddie Murphy movie, didn't he? Break down, shake down, let down. Everybody want to do the crime wave.
That's
Break
Bob
down.
Seger.
Oh, fuck me then. All these
shake down, you busted.
Yeah, all these high energy 80s movie anthems. They sound like they're all by the same goddamn guy. Turns out there's at least 3. Fuck me. Wow.
This case, Michael Sembello
one
had
big movie wonder.
Flashdance. He had that, which is great, by the way. I watched an interview clip of him talking about writing the song and how he sat down and he watched Flashdance and thought it was awful.
Isn't it about like a woman who's like a welder, but she dances at night, and what do you think about that?
And Michael Sembello is like, I don't get it. I don't understand the motivation. I don't understand this movie. It makes no sense. But he was able to write the song, which infamously was originally supposed to be about a serial killer, but he rewrote the lyrics.
Oh, the one lyric I specifically remember is the, like, yeah, she's a maniac of the floor. She'll, like, kill your cat and nail it to the door or something like that.
Yeah, he's a maniac, that's for sure. He'll kill your cat.
Which is like, wow, that definitely would not have been a hit chorus.
No, but it would fit more, I think, on this album than the version we get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maniac, on this album, sticks out like a sore thumb.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most, like, polished,
most
produced. Yeah, it's the most complete thought.
And all of these other songs, well, I don't know how you felt, but at least half of them all sounded like they were supposed to be from movies that never happened. And they never
some of them, yeah.
Yeah, and they never finished the movie, and so he just never really finished the song, you know?
I thought, man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I really thought I was gonna, like, really fucking love this album, because I really dug Automatic Man. Because it's so weird ridiculous. And fucking out there and spacey and
did you see the music video? It's so early 80s, we're trying to figure out what a music video is.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, it just kind of isn't that, unfortunately. Like, I was really thinking this guy was going to be taking some really wild chances, especially with Automatic Man as the first track.
And that background music, the fucking
dude, I fucking really liked that. Like, okay, this guy's fucking weird. I like this.
It sounded like a transformer, you know, transforming.
Yeah. I did think, however, that, and again, this is just kind of like a blanket statement for the album, that lyrics are not very good.
Yeah.
But there's a line in particular in Automatic Man. He was made to break your heart, which is a very specific function that
right? Like, what,
I don't understand why he would make a robot specifically to break one person's heart.
Who is this person that he's talking about? Someone, an evil villain who wanted to break my girlfriend's heart created a machine that would take my girl away just to leave her subsequently. Like, what? Who is this movie villain?
I created a robot and I will name him Tayo Cruz to tell how you feel.
Exactly. Oh my fucking lord. And then, okay, so First Time comes in, and this is immediately the first time I'm like, I am getting very big, 80s synth Stevie Wonder vibes from this. Like,
you know who I got? George Michael's.
Haha, I see that too.
I got George Michael's solo vibes.
For sure.
Like, when the fucking bass hits him first time, it's like, ooh, okay. Like, there are good things about this album. And every song, I think, has at least a thing I like.
Yeah, right?
And watching that interview, he was specifically saying how he always wanted to be a jazz musician. And he would sit in and, like, watch Miles Davis, like, real fucking, like,
oh, whoa.
the top guys in the genre. He'd fucking sit there as, like, a 17-year-old, just kind of hanging out, playing around with these, like, really established legends. And there are elements of jazz. Like, there are songs on here that remind me of listening to Japanese jazz funk albums.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Fucking, they're like city pop and that shit.
For sure.
There are some elements of that bleed through, but like the bass I really like from like that jazz funk shit. It doesn't really come up a lot or as nearly as much as you'd want it to. It's just kind of there for a lot of these tracks. Like, I didn't hate any of them, but I think the one that came closest to one I actually might put on a playlist and listen to again. Let's see if we're on the same page here. Godzilla?
Oh, dang. I didn't hate it.
Oh, man. Godzilla was the fucking... Whoa. Okay, this song fucks. What's going on? Like, holy shit. At the very beginning, too, it's so weird how they have instruments that are making the sounds of Godzilla's roar, the sounds of, like, a computer radar going off, and, like, car horns blaring, and it's like, holy shit, this is really trying, like, this is going for it. Like, wow, alright.
And again, it gives you that feel of, like, what movie is this from? Was there an 80s Godzilla movie? I don't remember. Like,
and the way fucking horns and synths come in, it's just like, holy shit. I was so mad that they didn't do more of this. Like, this is such a standout, a glaring, again, just like Maniac. It's probably why to put it back to back. And it's like, wow, you could have done this the whole time? Yeah,
and it had these, like, interesting, very, like, soft-sounding synths that were playing through. I thought that was, like, yeah. That was a dope-ass fucking track. And you know what's funny, though? Like, I saw Godzilla, and what is that song that goes, who does the song that goes, history does again and again with something, Godzilla? Who's that?
Oh, that's Blue Oyster Cult.
I would have never fucking thought to say that name.
Don't Fear the Reaper and...
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting it to be that group because that's so much a more chill song.
What's their other one? Don't Fear the Reaper and... Oh, God damn it.
What a name. Blue Oyster Cult.
I'm gonna kick myself. I can't look it up. I need to...
You owe it to your musical nerdiness.
I know.
Be able to pull it out.
Don't. Oh God. Oh no.
Oh shit! I just saw what it was, and yeah, you're gonna feel bad when I say what
it is. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Oyster Cult. No! Oh, shit.
You want me to say it?
I don't. But...
I really don't. I need this.
What is it?
I'm burning.
God damn it! I even knew it was Fire Thing! Like, right. I was sitting here thinking, like, the song that kept coming to mind was Smoke on the Water, and I was like, I know that's not it.
It can't be.
Fucking burning for you. God damn it. Anyway.
Fucking Godzilla. Yeah, that's why we were talking about it, right? Because I saw it, I was thinking like, wait, is this where this song's from? And then so wasn't that. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
But, still good what we got,
I wish Cowboy went as hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, again, it's like, from what I get anyway, it sounds like it's about a fucking time-traveling cowboy. And how you couldn't make that more interesting with that premise?
I didn't even catch the time-traveling thing.
I think they made it sound like he was like a man out of time or like almost like fish out of water. I don't know. Maybe I was reading too... maybe I'm giving it too much credit, reading too much into it. But I just wasn't a fan of the... He's just a cow.
Just a cow. Just a cow. Just a cowboy from the good...
Just a cow.
You gotta know how silly that sounds. Just a cow. And, he just tries to sing it with his, like, soft but, like, serious vocals. Just a cow. Just a cow. I was like, oh my god, somebody on the internet meme this and make it about, like, a dumb cow. Just a cow. And he's just, like grazing, eating grass. Just a cow. Just a cow. Just, like, repeat that part. Internet, get on it.
I will say, towards the end, where it randomly starts throwing in, like saloon piano.
Oh, when
and
that
banjo and yodeling.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
You could have done that the whole song, and it would have been infinitely more interesting. But you crammed it in for like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, like listening to this is like this sounds like a Stevie Wonder song. That's like, oh, he's telling a bit of a story. He doesn't usually do that, but then it's like, wait, who's this guy singing?
This isn't just enough for the city, like
right. and I do like the you hear like what sounds like an actual like real rough and tumble fight happening at the end, and it sounds like it actually it sounds like it starts getting out of control. And you hear it, and I think there's one point where like they say like just a cowboy from the good, and like before they finish, you hear like a gun go off, and so it sounds like whoa, was the singer just shot?
They tried to do some interesting things, man.
Right.
It's just, I think the album gets bogged down by the real nothing tracks, which, in my opinion, the worst ones would be, and by worst, I mean least interesting.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yup.
And fucking Cadillac.
Well, that was such a, like, it was boring at first, and then it felt like something interesting was happening, and then halfway through I'm just like, okay, is this a song for a commercial or what?
It's the only song I have lyrics written down for, and it's because they're bad. It's a woman like that. She's gonna break your back. She's got a kind of a knack to give a heart attack.
That was so the first thing you wrote?
Oh, 100%. And it's like, I could tell this dude's a fucking weirdo. Like, he wrote a song about an axe murderer. This whole song about Godzilla. The fucking weird sound effects and cowboy.
The cowboy, yeah, Automatic Man.
Automatic Man! But there's such a fucking feeling of studio meddling.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, you need to have like the 3 or 4 like baby making music songs. Like, why? They're so dull.
Yeah, like first time.
Don't need it.
The second time, I was just like, this is so average. This is below average Stevie Wonder. Like I hear, And then
I didn't need first time either. No,
I did enjoy It's Over enough. Like it was so that the leisure lounge synth with the neon lights, going on, had a nice marimba solo. I was like, okay,
yes.
If you need the radio hits, like this is the most tolerable one for that.
I was very happy to hear the marimba. I was happy to hear it come back again in, it was in Godzilla. That's right. It was in Godzilla, and, It's Over, which, like, it's a solid groove. I really liked it. I like the strings in the background. It's just when this guy tries to write lyrics, like, he needs a Jim Steinman, who wrote for, Meatloaf. Or, Bernie Taupin. You're a talented dude. We can all see it.
Right.
You're a very skilled musician. You're weird. You're willing to take chances. You can't write an interesting song, though, worth a shit. Like, lyric-wise.
Especially
need
when
some
it comes to these love songs. They are so so we talk and talk and talk. You know, if you wanted to personify meandering boringness, you did it. You know?
Here's the thing. He did actually have someone co-writing for most of the album, but it's the last 3 tracks that he wrote all by himself: Cadillac, Layback, and Superman.
The only thing I wanted to say about Cadillac was that the part where he, like, it almost sounds kind of interesting, where he's just like, you know, where he says, like, well, my friends, my words are few, life is time, and time's a teacher, and one thing before I go, I almost married her, and then, like, the Ford, like, drop out, you know, into the, like, bridge comes in, and you hear him, like, singing over it, I almost married her, and I'm like, is he talking about the Cadillac? Like, yeah.
I hate to bring up a fucking cross-reference to Riff Break here, but talking about Cadillac so much, there was a singer that a friend Dylan brought up, and I tweeted about this too, where being in the South and talking to people who used to listen to country music or whatever, they'll have knowledge of some obscure radio hit from like 91. In the example here, it's fucking Cadillac Style by Sammy Kershaw, where it doesn't get played on the radio like country shit anymore. Like, it's not a throwback. It's not like Garth Brooks or anything. People don't really
it's not
remember
on the playlist, you know.
And it's so like, it's the corniest lyrics you'll ever fucking hear in your life. I just had to read some of this real quick.
Oh yes.
Well, I ain't Burt Reynolds and I ain't Tom Selleck. I got bills up the pike and my car's an old relic. I got a Chevrolet Pay, but I've got a big smile. 'Cause my little baby loves me Cadillac style.
What? Wait, what?
Well, I don't have a condo in Panama City. I remember this fucking inflection. You can call me a member of the Poor Boy Committee. But I kind of feel rich when I've been with her a while, 'cause my little baby loves me Cadillac style.
What the fuck? Wait, does he have a Cadillac but he's still poor? Sell the Cadillac, you dumb piece of shit.
No, he's driving around, he's doing... Dude, if you could find the video for Cadillac Style, it's not on YouTube, I had to find it on Dailymotion. It's so fucking worth your time, because it's one of the most pathetic music videos I've ever seen. So... this is the thing I really hate about specific country singers and their songs, where they're like, look how fucking corny I am. They're
right.
Like, the boys round here, whatever.
Oh,
it's
Lord,
like,
you're so right.
None of us know how to do the Dougie. Like...
Shut the fuck up.
They have to make these little references, or like Florida Georgia Line of like, hey, we got a mixtape, it's got a little bit of Drake, you know?
It's like, sure it does.
But what's really, really funny about the Cadillac Style music video is there's parts where he's like dressing in like outlandish like outfits or whatever. At one point he plays a fish like a guitar. But the best part, and it's like the cornerstone of the video because they keep going back to this shot. It's him in the middle of a park, surrounded by like 30 locals, just kind of like along to the beat, as he just like walks in a circle and plays his guitar, singing about being loved Cadillac style. And it's like, this group of people still don't even look like they give a shit or want to be here. Like, you couldn't even... You're gonna be on fucking CMT! Look excited! No. It's fucking Sammy Kershaw. We don't give a fuck.
Fucking Cadillac style? What is this?
Cadillac style!
That's so dumb! I'm not Tom Selleck, but I've got a fucking Cadillac. That's a big goddamn deal.
Well, I ain't Goldfinger, and I ain't Joe Fashion.
What
and
the
you
hell?
you can't buy much with the checks I'm cashing. So people, if you wonder why I'm riding with a smile, well, you could assume why and guess actually by now. But
he's a poor boy in the poor boy committee. There's no member of a poor boy committee that has a fucking Cadillac.
What he meant to say is po' boy committee. He really likes shrimp sandwiches.
eating those rib sandwiches while he's banging his girlfriend in the back of his Cadillac.
He's getting fucking sauces everywhere.
Oh, baby, let me get that off you. Let me scoop that up.
I can't afford to have these seats cleaned though, so please be careful. I had to put a blanket down.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, speaking of some unadulterated insane fucking, let's get to track 9. Lay back.
Oh yeah.
Lay back. You're afraid. And it's called lay back. Excuse me. Lay back parentheses menage a trois. Ooh.
Oh, I didn't see that. Ooh.
There's no laws of love to measure what to call forbidden pleasure. Should we take a chance? Will we make romance reality? But first we must all agree to lay back. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, when you say laws of love, it immediately makes me think of someone who's not 18 yet, you know?
Oh no!
There's no laws of love that will measure.
Oh no, Mike.
Hello, where are you going with this?
This took an unfortunate turn. I ended up giving this what is starting to feel more and more like a very gracious 3.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 as well. We barely even mentioned Superman. The mixed metaphor ass fucking song where he's like, he's fast as a speeding bullet, changed the water into wine, and the last time he came they cursed his name with a kryptonite cross. Was Jesus Superman? What?
Well, I think, is he making the super literal, like people say that Superman is like a Christ allegory? Is he taking it to that next step of saying like they are one and the same? Like,
yeah, that's what it feels like. Because he literally, like, at first, it could be just like, he's just talking about Superman, but using the, he's talking about Jesus. No, he's talking about Superman, but using, like, the Christ, like, allegory, right?
Yeah.
But then, at one point, he makes it very literal when he says, it's been 2,000 years since we've seen you. We need you. Please come back. So it sounds like, were you just talking about Jesus? Like, because Superman didn't exist 2,000 years ago.
But it's like, I don't think he's, like, nothing on this album would lead me to believe he is now all of a sudden singing a very literal song about Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to think anymore. Michael,
yeah, I just didn't know what he wanted to do.
You fucked with my perception. I don't know what's real anymore.
Is Jesus Superman?
A little bit, maybe, more relevant name in 2021 is North Carolina's own J. Cole, baby!
Whoa! Stand up, take your shirt off, and twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter.
That's my man, J. Cole, of the All States remix.
Stop. To dive into this album, just to get it out of front, it's
Here's the thing. I actually enjoyed this a good bit. It's definitely not a a complete slam dunk. Am I right, folks?
Right.
But but it's definitely got its moments.
My thing about this is I feel like his lyricism is like fucking top notch with how he's like flowing these bars. It's like bars on bars on bars with how these things are flowing. He's got the punchlines percolating and popping. Even in the first song, where he says, I'll be staying out the way, but if the beef do come around, could put an M up on your head, you Luigi brother now. I was like, that's fucking dope, you know? But just starting with this first song, so 95 South, like I'm kind of rolling with the fucking lyrics. I'm like, okay, he's fucking flowing, we're getting it. And then Cameron's here, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, we're getting back to the flow, he's fucking getting it. And then at the end, you hear the most, like, totally not from this song, doesn't have the same energy fucking hook. Put your hood up! Put your hood up! Put your click up! Can we speed up the BPMs of the song? Put your click up! You know, it was just like, it was beat
very jarring.
Yeah, it's so, like, the beat behind it is so not this beat. Like, he wanted to do we're throwing it back to Atlanta, even though I'm from North Carolina, and I've got this dude who's from New York. Like, what? But,
this is Coast to Coast with J. Cole.
But, it's starting off with this, like, Lil Jon sounding hook, like, put your click up, represent your shit, and it just sounded so weirdly limp. Like, it's just like, what? Why is this here?
But why though?
Yeah, like he's so trying to inject energy to it. It's just like, maybe make a more energetic beat at first and then add this on top of it, but this isn't going to make it energetic, you know? And then we get to Amiri, which is kind of, like, it's okay. Like,
I thought it was a step up from the first track, in my opinion. Like, I thought 95 South was him just, like, picking up speed. But Amiri, I think, is one of the better cuts. Well, actually, no. It's kind of middle of the road, actually.
Right,
I'm looking at my ratings overall, and it's not one of the higher rated cuts after all.
Yeah, like, as I listened to it, I remember listening to it at first and being like, you know, like, the album has a solid enough groove, right? But then having that moment like, yeah, track 2 doesn't feel like, it's track 2. It feels like, you know, it's like one hook and then one verse. And the most memorable part of it is the part where he says, "Good throat, leave a fiend crumping." Which is just like, just bringing up crumping. It's just an unexpected thing. And the one lyric where he says, "Out of the concrete was a rose and winters was cold." Like, I love that line. You know? But yeah, it was like, it really did feel like there are moments in the song that are good, but like, yeah, I didn't enjoy the overall song because it feels just too low energy. You know, especially after the first one, which wasn't as high energy that I feel like he wanted it to do. But then we get to track 3, and I really enjoyed it. Now, it features 21 Savage, and sounds a lot like a lot. I love you for so many reasons. So I guess they're just like, hey, this is what people want. They want J. Cole and 21 Savage rapping over a slowed down 60s soul sample, so let's do it.
Yeah, fucking sounding like psychedelic almost.
Yeah, especially with the singing that comes in. Like, there's some crisp fucking singing on this track.
Yeah. Not a fan of 21 Savage. Listeners will know that. So I thought his appearance on this did kind of dampen it a little bit for me.
I will say, I think it's like probably the best verse he's ever done, so...
Comparatively speaking, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, just fucking J. Cole coming in, just with the first line, spiraling up just like a rich nigga staircase, no fly zone, stay out of the fuck out of my airspace, you know?
Yeah.
Niggas say things behind backs they wouldn't dare say. No, it's on site when I see you. I'm working at Squarespace. You know what I mean? Like, he had some good lines. The 21 Savage line was so weird. He's like, we don't participate. Ain't with that squashing shit. All we believe in is homicide. I got a good heart, so I send teddy bears every time we make their mamas cry. And I was like, is this the gangster version of like, hey, but I got heart, you know? I killed her, but I'm not a dick about it, you know?
Then we get kind of short tracks back to back because Applying Pressure is really 2 minutes worth of a song, and then it has a spoken word outro that goes on for like a whole minute.
Oh, yeah, that so annoyed me, because this song had like dope ass lyrics in it.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the end, and he goes on for so goddamn long, where he's just saying the same thing over and over. It's just like, I'm doing it, and I did it the way niggas think I could do it. So sometimes you gotta do it the way they don't want you to do it, so they didn't do it. It's like, oh my god, this is like something you say in the studio afterwards where you're like, whoa, that was fucking hot. Like, yeah. But like, dude, just stop just saying the same thing. And then when I listen, it's just like, there's an MLK quote playing in the background for like the whole minute that he's talking. Oh. And it sounds like some important shit. And you don't hear anything until the tail end where he's just like, coming to get our check. And I was like, wait, that's the get our check speech? You just talked over the get our check speech? You talked over an important MLK speech? Why? Just to be like, hey, I did it the way you do it. Shut up, Malcolm X. Shut up, Martin Luther King. Just turn his sample down. I did it the way you need to do it. The applying pressure and punching the clock.
I thought both of those were solid.
Yeah, like, it's okay. Like, it's just like one verse. It's dope wordplay, but that's what it is. It's like, a lot of these songs is like, there's dope wordplay, but this overall doesn't feel like an exceptional song. You know?
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I keep going like I felt like I kept having this moment like, no, the lyrics are good, but I just feel like, what was the difference between this song and the last song before it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and then it, like, things don't get any better with 100 mil. Again, another, like, one verse thing where, like, it's okay. Like, I like that they had a little life in the beat with the little whistle that they threw in there, you know?
Oh, yeah, I really like that little referee whistle. That was a nice touch.
Yeah. that was a cool touch. But it was one of those things where it's just like, I wish I could have heard more of that little like Pharrell, playing with like musical instruments and shit like that. You know what I mean? Then we get to Pride is the Devil, which I actually really enjoyed.
Yes, absolutely.
Although, same Amine sample from his album, the fucked up once again. Right? Wasn't it that one?
It did sound familiar.
I think actually they both have a pretty nice verse. J. Cole and Amine. Amine. Lil Baby.
A decent verse from Lil Baby is always a surprise. So I thought I wasn't really bowled over by a lot of the features on this album, but I'd say Lil Baby probably was the standout.
He says, will I be destroyed? Come to me with everything and starting to get annoyed. I'm addicted to promethazine. It's crazy. Yeah, I know it. All this money coming in, it drives me crazy not to show it. I'll be crazy if I blow it. And then right after that is the Pride is the Devil. I like that so much. He's like, okay, this is a, typical Flossy rap verse. And the way he's in it is like, oh man, I'd be crazy not to show it. Oh, I'll be crazy if I blow it though. Like, oh, if I lose it all. And then just immediately afterwards, yeah, Pride is the Devil. Like, that works so well. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed that. And then also just J. Cole had some dope-ass lyrics where he said, make you have to use your last resort and pull a robbery. Pride be the reason for the family dichotomy. Got uncles and some aunties that's too proud to give apologies. Slowly realizing what the root of all my problems be. It got me feeling different when somebody say they proud of me. Like, ooh, it just like makes you think, And then you get Let Go My Hand, which was that like Nas thing where I'm sure we heard a couple of Nas verses at this point. I remember us bringing up where it kind of sounds like he's just like looking around the room and thinking about the things like in the moment that he's thinking of. You know what I mean? Like some of the lyrics he was saying were just kind of like, hold on, let me fucking look it up. Let Go My Hand. He's like, he just starts off with, sometimes I question whether this shit matters. Putting substance into something so a world get used to instant gratification. I found this instrumental on my phone while on vacation. It was sent it a year or so ago. I probably heard it before, but slept on it. Shit don't always connect as soon as you press play. Like, it just sounds like it's just like, it sounds like I'm like legitimately just getting his thoughts rolling out of his head at the moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I thought that was really cool. Let Go My Hand was definitely solid joy. This is the one with P. Diddy randomly on it doing the prayer. But it's like, all right. Like, I'll deal with you.
Wasn't most of the song like fuck Puff though?
Oh yeah, didn't he say like I had a beef with him, like, and I didn't even know that would happen. Like, oh man, when I was in 7th grade, I listened to his album all the time. It was like he was my friend. You know what? That annoyed me because it kind of felt like some, the game shit. Where he's like, oh, I copped 2001 back when Dr. Dre dropped 2001. And so I'm like, okay, I get it, you're a fan, but you're clearly not, because that's not when that album came out. But but yeah, Let Go My Hand, it had that really sweet beat with the floating flute on it. I thought that was a really, dope joint, like, in general. You know what I mean? Interlude was definitely unexpectedly better than I thought it was going to be for a track called Interlude.
See, yeah, man, like, why is it that, like, the shortest cuts
right
are, like, some of the best ones on here, where it's like, man, I could have used a little more of that one. It's over before you know it.
Yeah, it was it's interlude, so I'm not thinking much of it. And then he's like, oh, wait, you're like actually rapping a verse. Oh, shit. And then it just ends abruptly like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, I almost skipped this. I'm glad I didn't, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't name... you can't name a song interlude, especially halfway through the fucking album, and everything's in lowercase. Whoa, what am I supposed to think it is?
Right.
Like, if you don't start right out the gate with bars either, like, I'm just going to assume it's an instrumental and skip,
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to hear this, but then it's like, oh shit, he's actually going to fucking deliver on this? Oh, okay, I guess I'll stick around.
But I only had a minute worth of rhymes.
Yeah, don't get too excited.
And this is the thing that's annoying to me, where it's just like, you've got like 3 songs in a row with only one verse. Just put them together.
Oh my god, yeah. It doesn't work with that beat, though. It's its own separate one. It's gotta go here. Like, oh, I got you. Right.
The climb back, I thought was possibly like the best song on the album, honestly.
Yeah, that's definitely a strong contender.
This one was like fucking lyrics on lyrics, and it was like fucking imagery and all that shit. Like, it was fucking cool. When he has that one line, check out my projects like them workers, that section 8 points, and you'll see how I flip like exclamation points. And it was one of those like, that took me a second, like, oh, a flipped I. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. And then at the tail end, I think it was he was singing, and these lyrics where he's like, everybody mentions suicide prevention. Man, they even made a hotline to call it when there's tension. But I got a question. What about a fucking homicide? Need a number for my niggas to call whenever there's an urge to get triggers involved. Need a number for my niggas to call whenever there's an urge to get triggers involved. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's just a fucking dope-ass way to end the song where I'm just like, well, now I'm thinking about this.
I definitely never considered that before, but okay, shit.
Yeah. Fucking Close, I also thought was really good. Oh, yeah, this is the one that was about, like, it seemed like it was just, like, kind of just, like, you know, him just relaying thoughts and whatever. And then as you listen to the verse, it's like, oh, wait, this is about something. This is a specific story.
Yeah.
So it kind of has that, like, you know, not really thinking about anything big feel to it, because it's supposed to be, like, a dream where it's just, like, oh yeah, this is kind of what's happening, and then they're like, hey, you know, I imagine that this person that I'm cool with, like, sold me out and betrayed me, and you were with all these other guys, and I didn't know who they were, but they were getting closer, you know. Yeah, he says, I saw the heat tucked in their coats. You didn't notice because you was busy counting dough. I tried to yell, but nothing came up my throat. Niggas cocked back the hammers and you froze. In your eyes, I saw hope. Hope of a better way to cope with the pain and the scars than the lean and the coke. And I swear in that moment, I wish we still were close. Maybe I could have saved you, but no, trigger, squeeze, gun, smoke. I opened my eyes with a jolt, heart pumping like Usain Bolt. Reached for my phone, missed call, and a text message note from my mama saying, you just got smoked. Damn, this life shit ain't no joke. Like,
fucking
like, oh,
goddamn.
well, shit.
Yeah.
And Hunger on the Hillside, I believe that was also a pretty good one. Yeah, the good ones were all, backloaded for this album. Because, like, the earlier ones so felt like, these are good lyrics, but I don't care about this song to this song, though, right? Like,
yeah.
Fletcher. Sorry for
Okay.
dog sitting.
I thought that was a dog.
I'm dog sitting right now for my former roommates, and Fletcher was up here this whole time, chilling on the bed, looking like he was just having a good ass time, and then he just like gets down, goes to the door, starts pawing at the door because it's like almost open, but he's like trying to get it all the way open, but you know, goddamn, I don't have thumbs, you know.
It sounded like he barked straight into the microphone.
And that's what pissed me off, because he wasn't. He was like facing the opposite way, but he was still close. But it was just like
he fucking pushed you out of the way. I've got something to add.
And that track was dope, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
You're talking shit on the beginning of the album? What are you talking about?
Undeniable classic. Fuck off.
I'm not gonna stand by as you disrespect Cameron.
I will stand idly by. And so yeah, I opened the door for him to just fucking go out. This fucking dog was quiet the whole goddamn time.
Oh man, I think the quality was, I guess, more evenly dispersed than
it's consistent. Yeah,
like I thought, like some towards the beginning, the fucking middle I thought was probably the best chunk. But yeah, I don't think there were any songs. Well, there definitely weren't any songs on here I'd completely like get this off. Like, I'm not fucking with this.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was a solid enough album the whole way through. I originally ended up with an average of a 4, but I'm kind of toying with that. If it's more closer to a 3.5, or if I'm gonna stick with that 4.
I gave it a 3.5 myself, because it's like, it's definitely an above average album, but I don't know 4, because like, there's just one too many songs where it's just like, this is good enough and it's better than the average rapper.
Yeah.
But why this song, other than the next song that you did and then the next song where it's just like, these are all just one verse, you know? Like,
yeah. Like, I'm usually like, alright if you've got like, you know, some short songs or whatever, but like,
if they're varied, right? Like, you know?
Yeah. And it's just kind of weird in general, because we were reading the Wikipedia article and it said, you know, he was going to release the Fall Off, and this is the release before the Fall Off, and I'm like, oh, okay, so off season even in title, sounds like it's an EP. This is the release before his planned 6th album, The Fall Off. It's like, oh, okay, so is this an EP? No, it's his 6th album, Off Season. Like,
what?
That. Okay, so he just said, screw it. I'm gonna release this one, then The Fall Off. Like, if this was a companion EP leading up to the actual release of the full length.
Right.
But we've got like a fucking half hour or whatever here. Like, it is a short listen. And you've got some songs that are only like a verse or like a couple minutes. And yeah, it does kind of have more of a, this isn't the main event, you know? Like, there's something bigger coming down the line.
Yeah, you know what it felt like? It felt like he had a couple of songs and didn't realize he had like over the 30-minute mark for it to not be considered an EP anymore. And he was like, oh, well, I guess it's an album that, I don't know, just put it out.
He's like, well, shit, I'm not gonna fucking scrap it now.
Yeah, I can't keep that song off.
Like, I think I'm always left with a bad taste in my mouth with either, like I said before, like condescending or belittling kind of tone or whatever from him. But I didn't get that at all on here. I thought this was like his most, I guess, in like revealing,
like introspective.
Yeah, that was exactly the word I was looking for. I dug that, and I thought, you know, I think fucking, you know, it's the meme, you know, platinum with no features or whatever, but like, I think he could have probably done fine without any. Like, he carried it.
Maybe the singing on a couple of these tracks, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, and I do, like, okay, so there's good and bad lyrics that are the last lyrics. You hitting the weights, congratulations, because you building something. You taking a lot of boxing lessons, but you still a pussy.
Ooh.
Like, something doesn't rhyme with pussy, bro. And you know that. Like, you know, and you know this, man.
I ain't that sleeping underground like a gopher, so I gopher mines.
Stop it. Get out of here.
It's always unfortunate when it's like on a really good track too, and you got that, and it's like the last line in a verse. It's like, oh man.
It's the beam in your eye, you know?
Yeah. Aw.
But yeah, I think 3.5 is very appropriate.
Oh yeah.
Like we said, it's like things are just kind of mid for a lot of it, but it's just like, it's lyrical enough where it's just like, I mean, well, if the average guy did this would suck, but it's him on autopilot. That's what I say about, like, you know, when Lupe Fiasco puts out an album where it's like, okay, he clearly didn't want to do this, but I mean, he's still better than the average person, but this still is clearly not the best, you know, like a talented person, you know, still putting in the time, but like you can tell, like, there's not enough time put into this to really make each individual track pop, you know?
Yeah. Well, that about wraps it up for this week's episode of Going Off. Thank you very much for hanging out with us and spending your time checking out our little old show and hearing our opinions on these albums and caring what the fuck we've got to say about them. And
whoever the hell we are. And
caring enough to actually request an album for us to review that what the fuck am I saying? An album specifically that you wanted to hear our thoughts on that we probably wouldn't have otherwise talked about, in which case Larry Sembello, not even on Spotify, had to look that one up on YouTube.
Yeah, did you say Larry Sembello?
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. You know, God damn it! I knew it would happen! I knew it! Hold on. I'll tell you exactly.
Album fell out of your head, didn't it?
What?
I said, the last album fell out of your head, didn't it?
No, I'll tell you exactly why. And you're going to think it's the stupidest, like...
What?
Okay, so...
Is it a wrestling thing?
No, it's worse. It's actually worse. I get...
What?
I get Michael Sembello confused with Larry Mondello, who's the name of the best friend on Leave It to Beaver.
What the fuck?
Fucking Beaver's best friend, Larry Mondello.
How
I get
random.
confused with Michael Sembello. Okay, look though. Seriously?
Why do you even know that?
If a fucking rapper made a fucking... It rhymed in a bar, Larry Mondello with Michael Sembello, tell me you wouldn't pop for that shit. You'd go nuts. Oh, you think he's the fucking greatest of all time. Where's he pulling these from?
Look, if you could put those two words as rhymes and figure out what the words before that would make those go together, I think you would be a rhyming genius.
Oh shit. Challenge accepted.
What does Larry Donatello...
Larry Mondello, put some respect on his name.
What does Larry Mondello and Michael Sembello have in common? Well, if you're the dope rapper out there, you'll figure it out.
Connect these dots, motherfucker. But what I was trying to say was that there are a lot of instances where there's albums that, especially in the example of Michael Sembello here, I would have never listened to this fucking album. I'll just be completely honest. Never would have happened. But that's the nature of the beast. That's how it goes. If there's an album that you want to hear us talk about, want to hear our thoughts on it, head on over to our Ko-fi. Is ko-fi.com/goinoff. That's GOINOFF. We're still playing some catch up, but we are catching up pretty quickly if I don't say so myself. And it shouldn't be before too long. We're actually looking at a pretty manageable queue, so we'll keep you posted on that. So with that said, our links to our Patreons, Ko-fis, our individual Ko-fis, all that. And yeah, if I do end up doing the whole fan house thing, I'll keep y'all posted and I'll put the link in there too. But yeah, you're on Twitch, you're doing the Twitch streams.
Going through Billboard, I think we got through the year 2000, so we should be going on 2001 next.
Ooh.
So, the year Dr. Dre dropped 2001.
You know what I thought you were going to say? I'll cut it out, but the year Jay-Z did 9/11.
Oh no!
If we could go all the way back to Going Off episode 1.
Oh, that was episode... Yes, you're right! Oh, when we were making our little witty observations. Hey, what if, the sun was too bright and you couldn't drive to work because just from where you were, the sun was too bright? Oh, yeah. Jay-Z. What was the joke? It was just like, Jay-Z, got some bad news. What the fuck are you talking about? Why aren't they buying my album? Oh, Jay-Z, just turn around. Just look
it's like right outside his window.
This is bullshit. They're not going to play my video on MTV. What the fuck did I do to deserve this?
Jay.
Oh, no.
Oh, holy shit. With all that said, we'll be back again soon. So, until next time, for Going Off, I'm Muse.
And I'm Rap Critic. And... Somebody wanna hit this shit? Shut the fuck up!